Hey everyone! So today I'm going to show you how I made these beautiful ice cream earrings. You can choose beads of your own liking. I'm just going to show you the bead supplies I used, and you also need 2 earring parts. To start, we're going to focus on our ice cream cone. So pick your ice cream color and your sprinkle color, and that's where our starting point will be. So here you can see me setting up the base. I've got 2 beads, which are the color of my ice cream, and I'm securing them in place. This will allow me to add a row of beads to set up the foundation of the ice cream cone. If there's any excess thread left, please do cut that off at this point. Now I've got my 2 beads secured, I'm going to start adding more beads. Please do watch these steps very carefully as I'm going in and out of the beads to secure them in place and to get them in a row. You can see I'm putting my thread up and down to weave through the beads to make sure they stay in place. I'm just going to secure this in place, and what I'll do is add my first sprinkle. I've chosen brown because it's like a chocolate chip. You may choose any other color you want for this project. I want to add that this is a super fun project. I think they'll make great birthday gifts or just jewelry to wear in summer. So I've just added my last ice cream bead here, and this is the end of my first row. So please do watch carefully as I try and add another row into my ice cream cone. So as you can see, I grabbed 2 beads and I'm weaving them into my ice cream cone. You'll see that I go up and down to secure that in place. Of course, I will add that if you don't want any sprinkles, just stick to the same color throughout. I thought adding sprinkles to the ice cream cone would add a fun element. You can see here that I'm using the thread from the line below to help me add the beads in this row, and I'm going in and out. It's time to add another sprinkle, so let's go ahead and do that. The more sprinkles, the better. This will be the last bead I add on this row. Also, did you know you can slow your YouTube video down? This is if I'm going too fast, you can slow it down and join at your own pace. So I flipped my work around to start adding a bead on the edge here. Again, you see me going up and down to secure it in place. This is going to make sure the ice cream is really nice and tight, so there isn't any loose beads or thread. All I'm doing here is just continuing to build up on the layers for my ice cream cone. I flipped my work around to start a new row and just grabbing more beads. Great, so we're coming to the end of another row, and I'm securing that in place. And for the rest of the row, I'm just going to continue adding my sprinkles and ice cream beads. So at the end of the row, I'm going to flip my work around and let's add a sprinkle to the edge of the ice cream cone, and I'll show you how to do that now. This row will have 4 ice cream colored beads. And at the end of it, I'm just going to add another sprinkle color in. Our cone is looking very nice and we're coming towards the end. So you'll be glad to hear that at this point, this will be our last row we add before I show you how to add a little cherry on top and your earring hook in. So now that that part is done, let's add in 4 red beads and our earring fish hook, like so. And I'm just going to weave that in as I've been doing throughout the rows and securing it in place. I want the cherries to be in the middle, so I'll secure them in the middle 2 beads. I'm going up and down in the beads to secure it in place to make sure it won't move. I love the idea of adding the cherry on top, but if you wish to add more ice cream, just make sure that these 4 beads are the color of your ice cream cone. However, I think it looks so cute like this. So let's move on to our cone now as the top part is done. What I'm going to do at this point is use my thread to get to the bottom part of the cone like I'm doing here. At this point, we can now start adding the beads. the color you've chosen for your cone. I'm using this lovely light brown orange shade of beads. Please do watch carefully on how I am adding these. You can see for the base layer that I've added 5 of these beads, and then from this row we're going to reduce it to get the triangle shape. So in this row, I'm adding 4 of these beads. And in this row, I'm adding 3 of these beads. You can see it's coming quite nicely together. We are nearly at the end of our project. I've now added 2 beads, and for the last part I am just going to add 1 single bead to finish the cone. So what you can do to make sure your entire work is secured is take your needle and pass it through some of the beads. This will just help make sure that your ice cream is nice and sturdy. So I'm just going to weave through and I'll cut any excess thread off. And there we have it. Our ice cream earring is complete. All we now need is a second pair. And I'm totally going to rock these in summer. Like, share, subscribe and comment for more of these videos.